Hello, so I'm Cale Anderson, and I've decided to just own up and put it all on the table that I am pretty much, in fact, well, pretty much is stupid to say. I'm crazy as fuck, and I can't pretend that I don't switch up every single day into a brand new kind of mindset and switch between like 4 or 5 different levels of depression to mania on a pretty regular basis. And if I'm well medicated as I am, it would only last, a very short period of time compared to that if I wasn't medicated. But I do have like episodes of depression and mania. Now, I don't sleep, but what I've decided to do is just own up and be completely transparent and just do a rebranding, make everything public again, of some of the examples as to why I say I'm crazy. Because I'm diagnosed schizoaffective, and on my YouTube channel there's videos of me reacting to my episodes of psychosis. Like, if you just go into the search bar and type Cale Anderson reacts to his psychosis, a few videos will come up, and I'm just gonna own up to the world and say, like, all this stigma that people give you and this feeling of like not belonging, or that your illness has to be kept a secret, that takes a massive amount of pressure, and it takes a lot of energy to try and hold up a mask and say, hey, I'm just a normal person, when it's just not true. I mean, I suffer so much because of trying to hold up a mask, and I think it's just better if I rip that mask off. It doesn't help that I've got like comorbid disorders like ADHD and autism as well, which make masking even more tempting and easy to do. But yeah, I've made a couple of hundred videos on YouTube public again, whereas before there was like 300 videos, now there's 550. And a lot of those, that the reason they were privated is because I was ashamed of myself. Like, I didn't want to be that vulnerable of showing the sides of myself that are so nuts. But dude, this is the whole point of life, is to be a way shower and to be like someone who, can show these sides and how you got through them. That's why I'm writing my book, Avoiding Hellish Detours. But, to show this side, it teaches people about the illness, and it also adds to the statistics of what these illnesses can entail, because a lot of it isn't thoroughly researched, especially with schizoaffective disorder. Like, not many people in the world, well, a lot of people have it. Like, I'm talking like, 0.5% of the population to 2% of the population, however many of bipolar, schizophrenic and schizoaffective patients. But out of those, 0.0001% actually get help or get out of drugs, or decide to do something about it and like have insight. A lot of people don't have insight into their illness, so they don't have self-awareness of what they're doing or what they are. They just kind of live in this kind of the outskirts of society, which I have been in before, so I understand it, and it sucks. But if there's people like me who have the ability to be vulnerable and to show this stuff and the behind the scenes of what it does, it can show the other people to look inside and see that they can have great insight too from it. They can see the reflection in someone who has the same illness as them, and then have it reflected that they're not necessarily being the best version of themselves they can be with the illness. everyone deserves to be in the sun in humanity. Like, everyone deserves to feel like they can be themselves, especially if they're mentally not all there, like, or they have deficiencies. Like, this discourse should be welcomed in society, because you never know what could happen to you either. Like, maybe one day you judge these people like me for having illnesses like this, and then one day you have a nervous breakdown at the age of 40 and realize, oh shit, I've become that thing that I picked on. Or, like, you never know. But that's just me projecting my kind of, it's so hard. It's so hard not to, feel passionate hatred to certain individuals for causing a lot of the neglect, or like the hurt of not being welcomed in society, because there's people to blame for it in a sense, but they're just running on their own programs, so it's not really something you can or should control or hate. Yeah, so I'm just making this update because, if I can claim my place in the world as being someone who's mentally unwell and who's overcome it in a lot of respects, I think it can show other people to the truth as well.